remember him as like a little kid.
Time flies, man. How long ago was that?
So when we were in high school.
For me, that was gonna be almost 15 years.
For me, it's 12, 15. Yeah, 14.
14?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not good at math, bro. I went to Rancho. You know the deal.
I'm over here. Over here trying to figure what year was it?
So, did you start the new job, Red?
Yeah, but Friday might be the last day.
New bid or what? Or new position, right?
Nah, same thing. Probably been home like for a month. Dude, it's just I don't know. People talk about it, hype it all up, and as soon as you get in it, it's not the it's not the same.
How so?
So so like when they tell you like oh like it's good pay, it's good retirement money. They tell you about the good stuff, like the things that you want to hear. But as soon as you sign up for it, they don't tell you like the downside of it.
What are some
The
of the downsides?
so in my position, there's so if it like so say like right now it's slow. There's no really no work.
Uh-huh.
There's a chance that I could be staying home for like 4 months, 5 months.
Because
Like
you're the lowest on the totem pole, right?
yeah, and then for like a journeyman or an apprentice, for sure they might have work for them no matter what.
Hmm.
So that's like the downside. Like if you don't have your journeyman license, you're basically like you're like you're bottom of the barrel.
Hmm.
So that's like
And that's for all the electricians, or
that's
is it
yeah
just
for the union for like all the electrical union.
what gave you that interest to go into that field besides like the perks, so
Uh,
called?
so before this, I was working in a warehouse where it was just cutting like the like those frames for the windows,
Hmm.
and it was gonna be for that. And when I got into it, it was just I did it for like 2 years. It was just boring. So my wife, her brother had told me like that they're hiring for his company. So I was like, well, might as well just do it. Can't there's like at the time it was kind of hard to find another type of job that you could get into. Yeah, I guess that was like the time that like everybody was trying to get in a trade. So I got in the electrical trade. Once I saw like how everything's like set up, how everything's put together, that caught my attention. It's like I say like it's a lot of problems, but you find ways how to solve it.
So it's like problem like. Do you think that fits more of you? Like you're not a desk person, chill in the
Nah,
office all day.
nah. I rather work on or rather use my hands and like be able to move everywhere. Hell no, I can't even sit still.
And how long have you been doing this now?
Like gonna be 5 years.
So you're still an apprentice?
Nah, I'm to union. I'm considered a construction electrician,
Construction.
but in other terms, the electrical trainee.
Mm. So what's like the normal rate for before you become like a journeyman, or like the length of time?
4 or 5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
So you're almost there, right?
I mean it takes time. Like it takes time, but like after like maybe your fourth year, you start applying to go take the test. There's guys that don't do it and they don't want to, but I mean actually having it makes a big difference.
Why do you
Um,
think? Do you think people just get to like the end of the line? They're like, nah, this ain't for me, dog.
yeah, because they get too comfortable. They get too comfortable,
Mm.
so they rather just like, I'll stick with this. Like no, nothing's gonna change. I'm good like where I'm at.
I feel like that's just as much of a commitment as like going to college. I was a delivery driver for this welding company, and I used to deliver to like the subway line that they were building in downtown, like off La Brea.
Yeah,
And some dude stops me and says, "Hey, my boy, how much you making?" I think I was making like $14 an hour. He's like, "Nah, you're in the wrong business. My boy right here, he's like, he just got in. He's making 100K a year."
Mm-hmm.
But that's like every day you're doing construction. It's all manual labor, bro. You're getting paid well, but it's like,
Dude, honestly, like there's days that okay, another company I was working for,
mhm.
um, they'll be like, oh, we need you to go over here, and we need you to fix this. It might take like a whole day, like or your full 8 hours.
Mm.
And sometimes, dude, it's like you can fix it within 2 hours.
So you think like in
It-
those situations you could just like chill, so it's
in-
not as bad as like you make it seem.
Yeah, I mean, like it is chill on like certain things. It is chill, but when it comes to like a difficult situation, you could work your 8 hours, or you could go overtime and just like still try to figure it out. But then again, you still try and figure it out, and you'll give like your brain like a chance to relax. You're never gonna get you're never gonna be able to solve it.
Hmm.
So it's just like it's basically problem solving. You have to figure out how much wire, like the length of the wire you need to pull, like how it's just like a lot of math. And dude, I suck at math.
I'm telling you, man, it's not
suck
my
at math.
strong suit. Anything past addition, then we're in trouble. You know what I mean?
But you know, like in construction in general, if they see you have a tape measure with fractions on it,
Uh-huh.
with fractions, they clown you, they make fun of you. And I was that guy. They're like, you don't know your fractions?
No, man.
No, I didn't. And no, my brother.
The job wrong because of my pride, or like
You want it done right, or I was just talking to one of my boys. He does the gas pipeline,
Mhm.
and he was telling me about that. Like, he doesn't care because, like you said, they make fun of like the new guys for having the fractions on the tape. He's all, "I'm not that confident in my math, so I'd rather just have it. Like, who cares?"
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, in the beginning, like I told you, I came from a company that was cutting the frames for like the windows and doors. Those numbers, it had to be exactly the measurement that they wanted.
Hmm.
So me from coming from that background, coming to electrical, and then like, oh, we need this pipe cut at 13 and a half, or it's never gonna be that short, but like at
A number,
some number.
Yeah.
And so I'll cut it exactly. I'll bring out the tape measure with my fractions on it, and this guy's looking like, "What the fuck are you doing? Just cut it."
Just cut it. So, what are you saying? Do they want you to just like eyeball it, or what?
Like just
Or
look.
just have a measuring tape with no fraction and kind of.
No, like the basically it's like you're a grown ass adult. You should learn. You should already know your fraction. You should already know how to read a tape measure.
Would
Like,
you tell them, "Hey man, I still have to take off my shoes and socks to count"?
dude, I believe it or not, it took me a year to figure out fucking my quarters on my tape measure. So it took me a year, and then it took me another 2 years to them to explain to me what an eighth is. So it's just
Three and a
like,
half.
so when they taught me that, I felt like, dude, like really. And you know what the funny thing is? Some kid had a tape measure with his fractions on it,
Uh-huh.
and I made fun of him too. And I was like, fuck,
And that was you like
Yeah.
a week before?
fucking 3 years ago.
No. That's crazy, dude. And then that's like the type of job you have to have your own tools already, right?
Yeah, so I could from experience is non-union from a non-union company and a union is way different. Way different. From a non-union company, you basically like you go buy the tools that you need.
Mm-hmm.
You go buy the tools that you need. I mean, there's some guys that like, including me at that time, like you go buy tools even though you don't even need it. You just go buy it so you can say you have it.
Uh-huh.
Like I have a Milwaukee compressor.
Uh-huh.
I have a Milwaukee compressor, and the wife goes, "Why do you need it?" I'm like, "Oh, I just need it, just just because. And yeah,
Let him live.
and then there was a couple of guys in the company like, why do you want it for? Like just because. And it came in clutch because uh, when we went off roading for one of my birthdays, we needed an air compressor, and I took that air compressor. So like it was there, it was in handy.
Money, wealth, sir.
Yeah, and then I bought a jump starter, like the portable ones now.
Mm-hmm.
I have bought one, and like a lot of guys were like, "Oh, why do you need that?" I'm like, just because, just to have it around, just in case if I need it for my truck or for anybody else. And at a one job site, some guy forgot to turn off the lights on his truck, and bam, I had it right there. And again, it goes back to like you just buy it and
It may come in handy one day.
yeah.
Yeah.
But now like a non-union company, you buy all the tools that you want, no matter like you need or you don't need, you still have it there no matter what. But there's some guys that just buy it just to say like they have it, but some of them don't really use it at all. And then that goes for like power tools. So a non-union for a union, basically they tell you like just take your hand tools. That's it. Power tools is provided by the company that you're gonna go work for. So to me, it's a big difference because I would drive my truck. It's a flex fuel, but I would drive my truck almost every single day, and I didn't really use my car. I still had a Camaro, and I would use the truck, and I had to like carry my tools, unload it, load it every day. And the union, I could just take my car and just carry my hand tools, and that's it. So it's like it's a big difference. And then I have the wife and some guys that found out that I left the company. Oh, just sell your tools. Like, nah. Like, nah, I'll keep them.
You never know the next time you'll be working.
Yeah. But I do like the only thing like I think I told you the other day, like the only thing I miss is just like constantly like working. Knowing that like okay, I'm gonna be working. And coming to the union, like the union's just like, well, I'm at the bottom of the barrel, and there's a chance like I might not be working for like 4 months, 5 months, just sitting at like I could be sitting at home, and it's just like, dude, there's just too many rules.
Well, that's the thing about having jobs like that, right? Like when you have them and you're like tenured in there, they're really good. But
Well, I found out LA and OC are completely different.
also,
LA obviously has more guys. They have more guys because LA County is a big county compared to Orange County. And pay wise is a lot more in LA compared to Orange County. I'm not too sure of the numbers, but I like there's a few guys that say like it's a lot more than Orange County. So it's just like okay. And when LA needs more guys, like for the SoFi Stadium, they took guys from Orange County. They took guys from Orange County and tell them like, hey, you know what, we're gonna have to transfer you to this local, and most of them did, just to work at SoFi Stadium.
that's cool though to say that you worked on a stadium,
Yeah,
especially one of that like caliber now. It's all high tech and.
Not if they got gay.
It's just a place where the Raiders can come and get worked on, you know. Practice team.
well, LA is having a contract for construction to work on the Clippers building.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Clippers are gonna have their own basketball stadium.
What's that one going to be called? What do you think? Let's take a guess.
The bitch ass, the not LA team. Dude, there's a lot of debate about that team. There's people saying the Clippers were there first, but dude, it was obviously Lakers. Lakers were there first.
Championship speak. Over It's like saying you win league all the time. Like, who cares?
Yeah, pretty
Ain't
much.
nothing, ain't nothing without the ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, how many did they win? Shit, I don't even know because who the fuck are they? And I don't even watch basketball, dude.
I lost interest a long time ago when they started going into. It's just not my style. When they started shooting like 50 times a game,
Yeah.
it's like when they stopped playing defense. It's crazy though because it's kind of a culmination. Have you ever seen either the the Hulu or the Netflix documentaries on N one?
Yes.
It's kind of going towards that, which is cool because it's entertainment. But then again, you lose like the competitive aspect as far as like them actually playing defense. Like you have to watch college ball if that's what you want. You know what I mean? Not all the time.
I have a cousin. I have a cousin who watches sports 24/7, dude. 24/7. If okay, baseball, the Dodgers. He's a Dodgers fan. He's a Niners fan. He's a Lakers fan. He's a Hockey's fan. Shit, nah, I don't even.
He's a what?
A Hockey's fan.
Hockey fan? Kings?
The Kings. He's a Kings fan. And if say like, what is it? Football and baseball right now, right?
Mhm.
So if baseball, if there's a commercial right away, he'll go to the football game that's
He'll
going on.
just switch over.
He'll switch over,
Hey man.
and then okay, if they go on break, he goes back to the game, to the baseball game.
He has like that season package or whatever.
Yeah, dude, like he'll do anything to watch like his teams. But dude, like he wears he's all about sports. That's all. Like
Do you still watch games? Like any across any teams?
if it comes up, I'll watch it. But it's like how you said, like I lost interest. Like yeah, like don't get me wrong, I miss football
Mm-hmm.
and I watch it and it's like I like dude, I rather just see someone get hit.
I've been watching. Well, I've been seeing like the highlights on like Instagram Reels and stuff. That dude Sauce Gardner, the cornerback,
Yeah,
that guy's ridiculous. It's crazy how athletic these kids are.
dude, have you seen the training now? How it is now compared to for us back then?
Oh yeah, they
Um,
actually had training and have training.
Yeah. What do we have? Just go throw the ball over there. Go. Oh, you know what? Do some burpees. Go run some suicides.
It was always laps and burpees. Like that was their go-to.
Yeah, like it's gonna make. Oh, hit the bench. You're gonna
get
do
him
bench.
going. Get him going. Heck no, dude. Up downs. I remember my freshman year. Somebody did something to piss off the coach, and we had to do 100 up downs straight. And it took us forever. Everybody was out of shape, dude. It was hilarious. I was like the most out of shape. 5'6", like 200 pounds of fat. Good old days.
Who was I telling? I was telling one of the guys. One of like some guy that used to work with us in the old company,
Mhm.
and I was like telling him, I don't know, dude. Like, I think like you should have put your kid. Well, I think I told him I should have put my godson in the grooming. Basically, when you start putting him on the pad.
Yeah, like 9, 10, and 11.
Yeah, because at this age, is like he's not. I mean, the kid's still like little. He's still trying to figure out like what he wants to do, like what sport he likes.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, dude, like, no, dude, he's not gonna pay attention. He's not gonna understand what's going on. And I was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He's like, no, he's young. Like, right now is a good time for him to learn. Bro, I never even did any of this, and I did football and straight out in high school. Wait, you never did any of this? Like, no, people are dying. Like, no, I never did any of this shit. I only did baseball and soccer. Then he started laughing. I was like, fuck you.
Once you said soccer, you started laughing?
He started laughing.
Cold-blooded. Yeah, I was of that camp too. When I was growing up, my main thing was basketball. And then I got into football, obviously, in high school, and I sucked. And then I got into wrestling, and then we did track. Do you remember throwing?
Yeah, I remember throwing.
That was fun, dude. That was my kickback sport after wrestling.
That was my vacation.
Yeah. What was our conditioning was running like a lap?
Yeah, when nobody wanted to do that shit. We didn't even run.
You guys had conditioning for that?
Yeah. Believe it or not, our coaches were like the guys that graduated like
Last year.
the last year.
All of them.
Edwin,
Yeah, dude.
Watchers.
Oh,
He
that
was-
was he was there your senior year, right?
No, he was there your senior year as well.
I don't think so. I think it was Palomino and Louis.
Oh, that's right.
Zamora.
Yeah. Yeah, but either way, Botchers he's a good coach.
Yeah, he was technical. I remember he started coming around at the end, I believe. So you might be right. Yeah,
He's a good coach.
he was one of the ones like actually cared about like the technique and
Yeah.
if you got it or not.
He saw like who was all into it and who wasn't. He
Yeah.
knew about that.
Who just joined just to join.
Yeah. Even though they knew it was like freaking skinny ass people and like I'm a thrower, man. Shut the fuck up.
Do you remember doing the Fat Man relays?
I never did it.
You never did. I did it once and I let down the whole school.
I never did it.
I don't know why. I never ran before. We were trying to convince the coaches for like at least a month or two. Like, let us do it, let us do it. They're like, nah, we have a tradition we've never lost. So we ended up doing it against Whittier High School. And they didn't tell us till like 5 minutes before. So a bunch of us went after we were done throwing to the AMPM right there. We're just eating nothing but junk food. So by the time we actually lined up, everybody's all like full and sugar rush. And then we actually ran. And I was so nervous. I was like watching as if I wasn't in the race. So by the time the leg came to me, I was like standing still. They're like, run. I was like, oh snap, yeah. And then their last leg, he was like he did the hurdle, so they cheated, but he was thinking fast. Like we had at our league, we had Palacios, and he was fast at that time. That guy worked him.
I remember Palacios. Palacios. Whatever happened to that dude?
I don't know, man. I wonder what happened to a lot of my old schoolmates.
They all had kids, bro.
Yeah,
They all started popping kids as soon as they hit. So as soon as they came out
it
of high
happens,
school.
man.
Not even came out of high school.
Some of them in.
Nah,
That's
dude.
wild.
Dude, I remember for track and field, like people hooking up with each other. They're like, bro, like this is when I seen that, I was like, what the fuck? Like everybody's hooking up with each other and all that. Dude, I have found out there was like two girls. They always end up dating the guy who was the fastest runner.
Dude,
I was like,
the buckle bunnies, huh?
yeah. So it's just like, and then
The
my,
throwers didn't get no love, dog. Let's say that.
dude, fuck no. You know the throwers were always the ones that knowing like the chisme, right? Like we always knew what was going on, and then like the runners were like, "Hey, what are you guys gonna go eat?" The fucking runners always wanted to go hang out with the throwers. It's because we know the food spots and shit.
Because we know how to eat. Shoot. Yeah, that was fun. I remember I had like, I don't know what happened, but I got good at discus my senior year. So it was like the top 3.
Nah, shut up. You just told someone that, hey, push it back.
That might have happened. Might have happened to get into league. I don't know. But I ended up winning MIP though. Not that it means anything, but. And I didn't even show up to the the banquet. Once they said you had to bring your own waters, I was like, nah, dog, this ain't for Papa. Food isn't provided.
The track and field banquet sucked ass.
Yeah, because we had to pay for it. The Rancho didn't want to pay for nothing.
So even though we won league after how many years back to back?
There was a guy when I wrestled. He took 7th, ended up taking 7th in state his senior year.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to make him pay for his own hotel to go to state.
Yeah, see that.
And they're like, nah, dude, you pay for it. You're the school. What the heck?
So again, now Rancho doesn't want to pay for anything, but now they do.
Sheesh.
You know the fucking programs that they have now?
Nah, man.
They have the nursing program.
It's an actual school.
Yeah, they have that, and then they have a couple other stuff.
minus some of the buildings.
I don't know, dude, but I rather live. I asked my wife, like, do you rather live back like your old? Uh, would you rather go back to high school what you have now? Nah, fuck that. She's like, you would? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I would. She's like, of course, I had to marry a jock. Like, whatever.
So in your mind, what do you picture yourself if you would have did what you know now?
Fucking
All state or what?
nah, dude. Honestly, after what I know now, fucking go change go right after my career.
Hmm.
What I'm in right now, go right after my career.
I know. I feel like I wasted a bunch of time, but then again, it's kind of like what makes you though, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think now I appreciate this more after doing a bunch of dumb jobs, like actually doing something you like to do.
Nah, dude. It's just like every time I pass by the damn high school, it's like, fuck, man. I should have just done this straight out of high school. No, I had my friends telling me like, go to school, go to college. My brother, when he was in the military, he's like, just go to college. There's girls out there. Forget about these little high schoolers. Forget about these little high schoolers. The girls are in the college at the colleges.
That's where it's at, B.
That's where you want to go. And I was
And
like,
did
"Alright."
you listen? No.
Nah.
You ended up getting married to your sweetheart.
Wow, does that?
I don't know. Fucking guy that cuts my hair right now.
I met her later in life, sir. She wasn't ready.
I go to my wife. Where were you?
Where were you?
Where were you? I
What took
needed
you so long? Didn't she know the jackpot was right here the whole time? Shoot. How long you been married now?
Ah, shit. When you would fucking ask me that. Huh?
Come on.
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
That didn't sound confident, bro.
No, because I did get married in 2018.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were married before me.
The same?
Anyway,
What month?
we got
I got
our
November.
next guest deeper in the cut, waiting for his turn.
Dude, don't even ask me for
Are you
the.
recording right now? If you
Yeah.
are, I thought you were, but I didn't know if you were.
I don't know. The camera and the microphones didn't give it away, but
I didn't know if you were recording or not.
The wife goes like every time we go out, "Where's your ring?" It's right here. I got it tattooed on my finger. No, that's not a ring. All right. And she'll go fucking randomly. If I have the ring, what was the date that we got married? And she said, you better not take out that ring because the date is on there.
oh yeah, the inscribed.
Yeah. Like, fuck. I was like, the 18th? The 17th? She's like, you don't know our wedding date? I was like, fuck. I remember the month and the year.
Come on, 2 out of 3. That's passing, right? That's a D.
I was like, nah, apparently to her, no. But, whatever.
You should tell her that you didn't keep track because every day is paradise.
I didn't keep track, but there was one time that she actually forgot. She forgot the date too. One time she did forget the date, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Better not let her forget it.
No, I didn't.
That's your ace in your back pocket. You didn't do them dishes? Yeah, you forgot our wedding day. We're even.
Nah, dude, it was just funny the way how we met.
How did you meet?
We met at a mutual friend's party, and I met her drunk already off the bat. She was already drunk. She was at the time she was with some guy that had left to the Navy for boot camp.
Damn, you swooped up on her?
Swoop, dog. Look at you. You were chilling in murky waters. Look at you.
At the time I wasn't. So she was crying, and I was asking a friend, my friend, and I had asked him like, "What's wrong with her?" Like, "Oh, she's crying because her boyfriend's at boot camp." I turn around, man, he's gonna be fucking out in no time. Stop crying. And she was getting mad. She's like, "You don't understand." I was like, "My brother was in the military. I know how it is." "Well, that's not your boyfriend. That was your brother." Whatever. So then after that, um, we ended up going to a rancho. We ended up going to a rancho when they let the gates open where like people could walk on the track, right?
Mm-hmm.
She showed up in like her Hispanic shorts, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'm doing. Keep in mind that I got super skinny. Like I ended up at one point weighing exactly at 210, and I was doing CrossFit. So that was I had muscles at the time, and I was super skinny. So I was like, "Oh, who's this?"
So you were feeling yourself, in other words.
Yeah.
All right.
That was my how do you say, like,
That was your audition.
yeah. So then throughout time, she was like already having problems with the guy, and she told me we ended up going to a party, and that night she had told me, she's like, "Hey, I'm single. I'm single," and basically it was her. This isn't her words. That was me giving you the hint on, basically, you better make out with me.
What?
So that was not exactly those words, but I'm over exaggerating. But yeah, it was her. It was her giving. It was her giving me a clue, like, "Hey, you better make a move." And I didn't. I didn't want to make. I didn't want to make a move until later on that night. I see her. Some. I think you know him, but he
Don't
started
get me
making.
involved, all right? Just tell the stories.
He was the DJ for that party. So what he ended up doing was started talking to her, and they started making out. And I turned around and I see, I got fucking pissed. So two people had to hold me back because in their words they're saying, because because Joey wanted to go fuck him up. And she saw it, and she turned around. She's like, I told you I was single."
Dang.
All right then.
So she was just using him as bait to get to you.
Nah, it was in her words. It was the time for her to be single and do whatever she wanted. But she said I fucked that up for her because how you guys said I swooped in and.
Not how we said, sir. That's,
Oh, sorry.
That's what you.
But,
it worked out though. You won.
yeah, but with not well, yeah, I did. But when we were dating secretly. We didn't want our friends to know. But when we told one of our friends, he got fucking mad.
Why? Because he was gonna split up the trio.
Nah, he didn't want us together, and then
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why?
yeah, he just wanted. He didn't want like he just didn't want us together at all. He just wanted us to be single and go do 21-year-old shit.
And you weren't about that life.
I didn't really give a shit. And I was like, dude, I'm dating her. I don't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you're my boy, but it's like I'm dating her. And I came to the point where like he started telling me like things that were not true. So we ended up confronting him, and later on in the future, it just came to like he just stopped talking to us.
Dang, he switched on you?
Yeah, so I didn't really give a shit. I don't care.
All right, sir. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Anything I don't?
No, you're good. But
All right, man. Thanks again, G. Hope you like it.